Jacob, what's going on, sir? If I was doing just a little bit better, I'd have to... Oh, my internet connection, really? I just checked that thing. I don't know if I asked, but how you been, Jacob, man? Really? It said that I had 119 upload and like 5 download, which is way more than I usually have. Usually I have about 4. You know, and it's not measuring my download speed accurately. Because when I do it with my laptop or my cell phone, I'm getting 30 download. Or upload, rather. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I gotta wait 24 more minutes to feed the cows and the sheep. Fog should be rolling in any second now, it looks like. That's a good thing. It means it'll be done early too. I assume this whole entire stream is going to be in a thick fog. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to be cutting some trees today. I'm going to take every other tree down, because when you plant them, the planter spreads them so far apart, and I want to plant more trees, but you can only plant 1,000, and somewhere between 700 and 800 it starts lagging the system. So I figure if I cut half of them, I can pretty much get them all over the map. Or at least make the map look a little fuller. So every other one I'll cut down, you know. Run it through my little chipper and make me some money. Now after this guy turns, I'm going to stop him, cut a couple trees before it starts getting super foggy. Yeah, forget it. I may as well just let him finish. I only got 2 rows left. gotta check to see if that feels. Alright. Hold on. Do I not have anything up there? Nope. Alright. No. Guess we'll use this guy to find out. Oh, come on. Where'd you go? I gotta know when to stop planting the other field. Alright, you're next. One row left. Nah, let's just stop them right there. I'll finish this up later. This is no rush. Alright. Matt, what's going on, bro? You done streaming already? Oh, I hear you there. I'm going to be doing the same as soon as I'm done with this stream. This daylight savings thing, man, took me off my game a little bit. You know you're getting old when daylight savings time affects you. I'm cutting down every other tree because I want to put more trees down across this map, and it's just going to be too many. So how's your boy doing, man? I haven't seen your boy in your stream. Oh, what's his name online? Is that Silver Eagle? Is that your son? Oh, I knew that. I think I'm subscribed to that channel. You gotta forgive me, man. I'm old. My brain's not firing on all cylinders anymore. Too much coffee. I knew that. Okay. Are you gonna make more of them role-playing ones? That was funny, bro. I laughed through that. That was good, bro. You're really onto something there. That might be the next big thing, man. I mean, how can you go wrong with it, Matt? Even if you don't have success with it today, down the road, it's a series. It could pick up down the road, you know what I mean? You could be going like 8 years from now, forget they even made the things, and all of a sudden it takes off. Yeah, you think you got a great idea there, Matt. That's the one that I would be chasing, man. More than over anything I'm doing, DJ is doing, anybody else is doing, including Daggerwin or the squad or any of them. I think you got the best thing going right now. I think you hit the nail right into the coffin, buddy, perfectly. I think you nailed it, man. I really do. I mean, people are going to steal your idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna. But you know what I'm saying. Other people are going to hoard in on that when they see you start having success with it. But I think you will have success with it, man. Gotta stop feeding the cows after I cut up this tree. Oh, I gotta put this thing in a different, well, I gotta move it anyhow, but I mean, I gotta set it a different way so I can see it a little better. Woohoo! That's 7,000 change a tree, bro. This is gonna pay. I mean, it's gonna cost me a little bit, keep moving this chipper, but in the long run, it's gonna pay. Just hope that chipper's not too far down the road on purchases here. Yep, it's pretty far down the road. Oh, there it is. Sell. Yes. Put in a new one when I get back. Cow feeding time. I shouldn't have that much to feed him in total mixed rationing. I fed him all night. I don't think more than 3 or 4 truckloads. This is the one they really chew up. So this guy said, Matt, he was going to drop 10,000 cows, right? And then he was going to feed them all at once. And I started laughing. Look at this. Look at these numbers. This is with 4,000 cows, and they're not even full. I've got over 2 million pounds of power food, 4 million pounds of silage, over 1.5 million pounds of straw, 1.5 million pounds of grass. And they're not full. Imagine 10,000 cows, how much food that would be. It would be hopeless to ever fill them if you didn't already have it going. It's a ton of food, man. every day, every 24-hour period, they'll eat between, I figure between 2.5 and 3 million pounds of food in total. Or liters, I should say. I don't know how many pounds that is, actually. It's just nutty numbers. I get a lot, but I get a lot more slurry. I don't know how much manure I'm getting a day. I just take the truckloads, probably about, I would say maybe 15 truckloads of manure a day, and probably 50 truckloads of slurry. All I can really tell you for certain, Matt, is for me to get through a 24-hour day takes me about 20 hours of work in real time just to get through one day. So one day is almost hour for hour. That's why I don't know how that guy ever would think he's going to keep up with 10,000 cows. I'm struggling with 4,000. But I kept feeding them all night last night, Matt, because I wanted to cut trees today, so I didn't want to be making a bunch of food and transporting, total mix rationing too much. So I really set myself in a place yesterday and worked basically all through the night, them extra 4 hours to get me set up, you know, to cut some trees down today. Time is at a premium, man. Hey, God bless, man. Don't work too hard. Don't want to make all your friends look bad. God bless, Matt. Keep up the work on that soap opera you're making. That's gonna work out for you, man. I really believe that's your winning thing right there. That's the thing that's gonna carry you. God bless, bro. All alone again. I just can't wait to be all alone again. Kinda sucks when you can't find a friend, 'cause I can't wait to be all alone again. Feeding cows, driving a truck down the highway. Wish I had a best friend. Wah 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 wah. Mr. Callahan, what's going on, bro? There's no way that's taking 2 truckloads. One will be fine. I hear you. I need to grab me a cup of coffee. That's a good idea. Might have some left in this cup. Yes, I do. Ah. What you playing lately, bro? Are you still farming? Sub-Zero! What's going on, man? Oh, that's not good. Really? I'll have to check that out. Where am I going? I'm done with the food with this guy. storm got him, huh? I'm sorry to hear that, man. What am I doing? Really? There's a couple old school games I like, Mr. Callahan. One's called Dyson Ryko. You probably never heard of it. And I still like playing The Sims busting out. I don't know why. But I'll still sit down. I'll get hooked on that game. Sit there and play it for like 4 days straight. I can't. I don't know why. I'm doing great myself. I'm hanging in there, buddy. Like a loose tooth, but I'm hanging in there. Yeah, some games I just enjoy. Boy, I'm a cheap bastard. I got over $13 million now, and I'm still not paying for water that often. I should check to see how much it costs me to fill up this tanker. But I think it's like $10,000 to fill it up, man. And like for that kind of money, I can just drive down and get some. Heck, even if it's 5,000, I can drive down and get some. But I'll check on the next one to see how much it costs to fill it. I wonder when that thing's going to get to 1,000,000 liters of water. I have 4,215 cows, and I still don't think I'm going to hit 1,000,000 liters of water in there. Nope, looks like I'm not filling it. Didn't need any more water. Have you tried to play online this game? I don't think Farming Sim has that online feature. Other than what I'm doing now. I mean, I played multiplayer, but that's not really online. I guess technically it is. But not like, you know, ESO or anything like that, or World of Warcraft or anything. It's not like that. Autosave. Come to save the day. Well, some days just zip by, Mr. Callahan. Some days drag on, man. Like, I look up, I can't believe I've only been on for 45 minutes. Sometimes I look up, an hour and a half goes by. It feels like I've only been there for 10 minutes. Wonder why that is. Wow, it's starting to get really foggy in here. I'm gonna have to play by braille if it gets much foggier. Cow farts. Don't believe them, bro. They're full of crap. I may as well finish this. I only got the 2 rows left. Then I can start windrowing. House box theme. Oh. I guess you can look at it this way, Mr. Callahan. I don't think there's one more cow on the planet today than there was 50 years ago. Or 500 years ago. Some would argue with you, well, we eat more cows today, so we have bred more. Yeah, but we wiped out the bison. Man, I don't know if I'm going to make it 2 hours tonight, Mr. Callahan. My eyes are getting heavy. I know it's morning for you there, but it's 12:30 at night for me here. Really? And I'm sitting here with the gray. I'm sitting here playing in the fog. Mr. Callahan, I'm afraid that one day these are going to be known as the good times. Because we got Walmarts and Targets and cars and gas and food and cell phones and I mean this has to be the good times. It has to be. I mean, if this isn't the good times and things aren't like eventually going to take a nosedive for the worse, how much better does it have to get? Everybody's got a pillow, man. I mean, I'm almost... Yeah, but... War is always, man. Alright, let me give you a for instance. From 1900, January 1st, 1900 to 2021 today, how many days of peace do you think there was in the world where there was no war? Anywhere in the world. How many days of that do you think there were? Days do you think there was of that? And believe it or not, there's a real number and I know what it is. 21. 21 days of peace in 120 years. Well, now over 120 years. There's always war, bro. There's 196 countries right now. There's always war. And yet, we still have Targets and Walmarts and cell phones and cars and mattresses and blankets and... I mean... This has to be the good times, man. I promise this has to be. I mean, think about it. What if we got up tomorrow morning and, I don't know, New York City, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Chicago were gone. Nuked right off the face of the planet. That would change, just in the United States, that would change the whole entire world overnight. I mean... A lot of people don't realize how much the world depends on American food. That would be interrupted immediately. Louisiana? I know you meant Los Angeles, man. What's in Los Angeles? Why, if you're coming to America, are you going to Los Angeles? That's my question. I mean, I'm only asking because as an American, there's no way I would go to Los Angeles. Iowa? Why Iowa? I mean, they got like... Los Angeles? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, what you're gonna see is... In Iowa? Iowa's landlocked, bro. I don't think there's a warship in Iowa. Well, what you're going to see in Los Angeles is a lot of tents. A lot of Los Angeles is... They really... I'm surprised by that, because Iowa's got, like, no ocean. But I'll tell you what Iowa does have. Iowa has 5 of the most beautiful lakes in the entire world out of the top 10 are in Iowa. I believe it's 5 out of the top 10. They've got some magnificent lakes. Hollywood, you're going to see a bunch of poverty. Tons and tons and tons of poverty. Beyond, like, what your mind can imagine. I believe Los Angeles has a neighbor... They announced on TV that the population of homeless in Los Angeles that live in tents is 50,000. But I think that it's actually closer to, like, 150,000. Oh, Iowa-class warship that's in L.A. Well, that's an interesting thing to see. If you go down to Jacksonville, Florida, they have aircraft carrier based there. And you can get close enough to that aircraft carrier that F-16s will fly over your head. They'll want to know what you're doing. But where they set up, there's a channel, and the public's allowed to be on the other side of the channel. And that's an aircraft carrier, bro. Now that's a giant warship. I think that the one that docks there is 3/4 of a mile long. I can't remember if it's the Ronald Reagan. It might be the Reagan that parks there. I don't know. You can see a rocket launch in Florida. Yes, you can. You're aware that America is huge, right? Alligators aren't really dangerous. When I go golfing, there's alligators all over the place. They ain't gonna bother you. Crocodiles are dangerous, not alligators. That's why you see them wrestle alligators, but you never see them wrestle crocodiles. Crocodiles have a nasty disposition. Alligators are like, I don't want to be bothered. 11 people every year die from beavers in the United States. 11 men every year die from beavers in the United States. That's an average. But what happens is, they're not normal beavers that are killing them, Mr. Callahan. They get rabies. And they go psycho. And beavers are dangerous little animals. They're not as little as you think they are, and they're dangerous. Really? I've never had any problems with beavers, thank God. Mr. Callahan, you're aware that the United States is huge, right? I mean, we have deserts and rainforests and mountains and plains, and I mean, it's just, America is a large, huge country, bro. Like, you can go to Georgia, and I think for like $10 you can spend a day digging up soil with a bunch of other people where they find emeralds and rubies and stuff, and they only charge you like $10. What do you want to go to, Las Vegas? Got a gambling addiction, sir? Las Vegas is a great experience, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to be there for like more than one day, you're going to find more crackheads in Los Angeles than you are in New York. By far. By far, Mr. Callahan. By far. The fire department gives crack. They give heroin addicts heroin. In Los Angeles. In New York, you go to jail. In Los Angeles, they give them to you. Los Angeles is nuts. Yeah, but they are movie stars. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to argue with you. A lot of movie stars probably are on crack. I mean, they almost have to be. Why, I played captain of the ship from planet Xenon, and we came and saved planet Earth. Vote for Joe Biden. And what the hell? What the hell do you know about political science, man? So I feel like asking him every time, what the hell are you talking about? Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. Oh my gosh, I can get in trouble for that one. Oh. They got so many things to see in America, Mr. Callahan. Let me tell you, the best thing to do, how long are you coming for? That'd be the first question, and I'll give you an idea of what you really need to see if you're coming here. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've only lived here all my life. I've only traveled across the whole entire country. I've only been in every state except 2. Yellowstone is good. How long are you going to be here? I mean, the Red Forest is good because, I mean, they got the tallest trees in the world. Some of the trees are so big, they carved out the center of them, and the cars drive through them. Well, it costs a lot to get here, but if you're wise with your money when you get here, it's not too bad. It depends on what kind of hotel room you're renting, you know, but the best thing to do, really honestly, is like fly into Logan Airport in Boston, drive down I-95 corridor to Florida. Take 10, go all the way across to Los Angeles, jump up the Pan American Highway until you get to 80, then run all the way back across the north side of America. And that'll take you about 30 days. If you do that, you've seen everything. I mean, it won't only take you about 2 weeks, really. But you're going to want to go to different things along the way. Like, you're going to want to see Mount Rushmore. You might want to stop and see the Grand Canyon. You might want to stop and see, you know what I mean, and spend an extra day somewhere doing this and an extra day over there doing that. But you can comfortably do that whole tour in 30 days. And if you just want to straight out drive it just to get through it, you could probably do it in days or 8 days. But you won't see anything. That's just driving through. If you're wise with your hotel rooms and budget right, you can get out of hotel rooms for an average of 75 US a day. Figure $50 a day for food each. Doing that, you would drive 150 miles average a day, probably 200 miles average a day. That would be 40 bucks in gas a day. And then different theme parks or different sites you want to see and tolls and stuff like that. Average another $40 a day there. So you're looking at, let's figure 85 for the hotel. Some are going to be cheaper, some are going to be more. Figure about, the way I got you going, figure about $300 a day and you can get by easily and very comfortably. And that's for 2 people, by the way. Look, even being an American here and me helping you, like let's say I just helped you get places cheaper, and like Shepherd and stuff like that, and pointed you to the right hotels and stuff like that. Might be able to cut it down $50 a day. You know, figure then $250 a day, $275 a day. No, not bad at all. And then if you figure, okay, you're going to be in between Texas and somewhere else, and you know, you decide, damn, a stupid delay again. Oh, my thing? Yeah, welcome to it. You know, and you decide, okay, you're going to take sometimes you're just going to stop at a rest stop and stuff like that. That's a huge savings. You save $100. A few $100s a week, you know, each. And go to sleep and they'll never bother you. It's part of Walmart policy, and there's Walmart everywhere you go. So you don't even have to pay for campgrounds, you know. So like, you get low on water, let's say, you know, you go 4 days out, you haven't paid for anything. Sorry about that. You haven't go 4 days out, you haven't paid for a single hotel because you've been sleeping in you know. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna stop this stream pretty soon anyhow. You know, you haven't paid for any hotels or any, you know, campground facilities and nothing like that. You know, then on, let's say, the 5th day, you know, the 4th day, you go in, you pay for a camping ground facility, you empty all your tanks, you refill up with water, you recharge all your batteries and everything, and you're only out 25 bucks. So, I mean, there's definitely ways of doing that, you know, where you can save money. Look, the biggest things that I would see is I would catch a Broadway play in New York. All right? That would be a huge thing because you can see the Statue of Liberty and catch a play. You know what I mean? There's no need to go to Washington, D.C. anymore because it's extremely dangerous right there right now. Our government is completely out of control, Mr. Callahan. It's completely off the rails and the people aren't in control of our government anymore. That's why they got these big fences and the National Guard protecting the people because it's completely off the rails. Matter of fact, if we keep going this way, we're not going to be a safe country anymore at all. I would see, you know, like, not Orlando, Florida. I would see, St. Augustine, Florida. No, I didn't know. I would see St. Augustine, Florida. I would want to see the Rocky Mountains. I would want to see the Grand Canyon. I mean, you're not going to really be able to do all of this. You're going to have to choose, you know, because for you to do all of it would take, you know, like I said, 30 days. But on the West Coast, you can see like the Grand Canyons, the Rocky Mountains, the giant red trees. Yeah, I know it went off. They just told me I went off picture. But I'm going to stop this stream pretty soon anyhow, Lighthouse. I'm like Shepherd. I'm just finishing this conversation with Mr. Callahan. There's really nothing I can do about it, man. You know, and on the East Coast, you know, you'd want to see New York, Boston, Philadelphia, you know, St. Augustine, Florida. But I wouldn't go to Los Angeles, man. There's no way. California's a wreck, man.